I'm here tonight with Jennifer Alvarado. Um, what you been doing since we last talked?
Oh goodness. I've been playing out pretty much everywhere. Going back and forth to Nashville to some songwriter rounds and some other performances and stuff like that. Got to play the Cobra, which is kind of iconic for Nashville. So I got to play that back in very end of December. And then also just working on new music. So kind of in the process of trying to get that finished and finalized and to a place where we can put it out. So yeah, just been writing and continuing on, trying to learn as I go.
Okay. What would you say your greatest strengths and weaknesses as an artist is?
Hmm. Um, so I think weakness wise, it's very easy to fall into a place of comparison. If you're not careful, comparing what you're doing to somebody else. And I mean, comparison is truly like the thief of creativity and joy and all that stuff. So, I try very hard to not do that, but I think just being human, and honestly, also, I think women are even worse at the whole comparison thing. So, yeah, that's probably the biggest weakness. That and just my own self confidence. Like, I sometimes I don't necessarily just trust my gut with things, and I feel the need to like ask other opinions. When I really just need to trust myself more with some things. I think my greatest strength is probably my grit and my determination, because especially if you tell me it can't be done, I will die trying to prove that yes it can. So that's probably the biggest thing. If I get knocked down, I'm going to get right back up and keep going.
Okay. What instruments do you play?
So I started with, well, I actually started with mandolin when I was really little, and my papa showed me some chords on that, and then I ended up breaking it, so that kind of went into retirement for a little while until it got fixed. But I play keys, and then I also play guitar. Guitar is probably my main instrument other than voice. And then I also can play ukulele, bass if I need to. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What makes you unique?
So I think everybody is unique. I think everybody's unique because of what they go through. So I think that's the biggest thing. I think, our own story is what makes us unique. And we go through things, I think, to be able to tell that story so that hopefully it resonates with somebody else and maybe helps somebody else get through a hard period in their life. So I think all of our stories are very unique, and the things that we consider maybe flaws or things that we just don't like about ourselves, they're usually how God uses us to really talk to somebody else and to touch somebody else.
Okay. We're going to play your new signal, Catfish.
Okay.
Okay.
You're painting pretty pictures and walking in your dirty boots. Any way you twist it, I'll still be the one to lose. Don't you get tired of lying? Do you even remember your name? Karma has a way of finding you when you get in her way. Acting like a catfish, making me think you're something that you clearly not. Using all of your tricks, hoping I'll take the bait in your little pond. But you're nothing but a troll, pulling your lines to break unsuspecting hearts. So if you think we're going fishing in the you gotta keep a list of all the things you say. Soon your alibis are gonna come back to play. Don't you get tired of lying? Aren't you scared of being alone? The truth always comes out of hiding, even when you're thinking won't. You're acting like a catfish, making me think you're something that you're clearly not. Using all of your tricks, hoping I'll take the bait in your little pond. But you're nothing but a troll, pulling these lines to break unsuspecting hearts. So if you think we're going fishing in the dark, you've been catfished. Well, you've been catfished. You're twisting all these lines, thinking that you've won this game. But you're about to see it's you that's been played. You're nothing but a catfish, making me think you're something that you're clearly not. Using all your tricks, hoping I'll take the bait in your little pond. But you're nothing but a troll, pulling these lines to break unsuspecting hearts. So if you think we're going fishing in the dark, but you're nothing but a catfish, making me think you're something that you're clearly not. Using all of your tricks, hoping I'll take the bait in your little pond. But you're nothing but a troll, pulling these lines to break unsuspecting hearts. So if you think we're going fishing in the dark, you better go and tell your no good cheating heart. It's been catfished, you're gonna be mine. Oh yeah, anything you're gonna be mine.
Yeah, I think that was your best one yet, I think.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I like the drums in that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love the drums on that one.
Yeah, my whole family, they played the drums. My dad played the drums.
Oh.
And both of my uncles and my brother, he played the drums.
Nice. Okay. Do you play drums?
No,
Okay.
I
Okay.
just do interviews. Stuff like
Oh,
that.
hey, that's something like that. That's an art in itself. So,
How'd you come out about that song?
so I wrote that song a couple years ago, and it was one of those songs like, honestly, I wrote it and I kind of just threw it to the side and thought, I'm not going to do anything with this. And it started sort of, I think I saw a clip or something from the show Catfish that used to come on MTV. I don't know if it's still on or not, but yeah, I think I saw a clip or something about catfish, and I was like, okay, because I like to fish, like actually go fishing, and I've always heard about catfish and how they make their little noises and that you don't know what they are sometimes, and so like I wanted to just put those two ideas together. So,
what's your goals for 2023?
So right now I'm working on a tour through California. So I'm going to California in May, and have several shows lined up for that. And then also, I'm going to Austin, Texas, Texas area in March. So that's the biggest thing, is just getting out to more places, actually getting, a little bit more coverage area out there. But also to really get back into the studio and finish Songbird Part 2, hopefully early in the year. And then I'm also writing right now the rest of the Christmas album. So I'll be working on that during probably the summer to get that ready to be released. And then I want to go back in and do I almost want to go back and do sort of like a retro 90s country kind of feel with some of my other songs that I have just kind of sitting back there. And so that one's going to be more of a storytelling album. I mean, all my albums are storytelling, obviously, but I really want this one to have that kind of 90s feel to it of just simplistic and not maybe all the sounds and all that kind of stuff that we've done with that my producer and I have done with the Songbird Project. Because really with the Songbird Project, we started sort of from the ground up. And so if we felt like it needed this sound or that sound, like we threw it in there. And I really want to kind of go back to basics with this next project.
Do you ever come to the East Coast? Or?
Yeah, so I'm based in North Carolina. So I do a lot of shows in North Carolina. And I'm coming up to Virginia in July for several shows. I haven't ventured too far up past Virginia. And then as I have shows in South Carolina. I forgot what it was called for a second. Sorry, South Carolina. But I have shows in South Carolina, a few lined up. And I'm looking at Florida because there's a lot of places in Florida that I would love to go play and just people I would like to go see. So.
Okay. Do you prefer working alone or collaborating when you're doing music?
I think because I've done it so long, I'm torn on this. I'm kind of 50-50, honestly, because for so long, like I just did my own thing and I really worked by myself. And I still like that, but there's something that you learn when you're actually collaborating with other artists, songwriters, whatever. And you hear a different take on a story or a different perspective. And so there's a lot of times that I feel like the songs that come out of a co-write or something are stronger. Not always, because, a song is, if you're given a song, then I think it's still special, whether it has one writer or 15. But, it's part of that process of trying to figure out, okay, what else does this need? Is it done yet? But, I think I'm 50-50 on it, honestly. I know that's a cop-out kind of response, but I will always love sitting down and just writing, like, my own thoughts and all that. But I really do like the challenge of sometimes working with somebody else or multiple people, because it really does make you better and stronger.
Where can people go and see your videos, music, and events?
Yeah, so number one place would be my website, jenniferalvarado.com. And you can go on there. There's a section where I used to have a blog that I was actually good at keeping up, but that has not happened lately. So one day I will get back to it. But it also has music videos on there, links to all my other socials. So Instagram is Jennifer Alvarado Music. Facebook is Jennifer Alvarado Music if you search it, or Gym Music /Gym Music 12. And then YouTube is also /Gym Music 12. But yeah, you can look up my music on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms.
Well, appreciate you coming back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.